A local war hero will now be remembered every time someone walks into the Corning post office.
Elected officials worked for months in Washington to pass a bill that would allow the post office to be renamed after a local fallen soldier. Today, WENY's Samantha Potter was at the dedication ceremony and has more. Samantha.
John and Renata, a ceremony held at the Corning post office this morning officially renamed the post office after Army Specialist Ryan P. JAYNE.
Ready. Aim. Fire.
I hope they remember him as a hero because, you know, without these veterans and the people that fight for our freedoms, we don't have the freedoms that we enjoy today. So these veterans and everyone that fights for our freedoms are what gives us the right to walk around the way we do every day.
An emotional morning as the family of Army Specialist Ryan JAYNE stood outside the post office on Baker Street that now bears his name. A permanent reminder and show of support for the soldier who lost his life while serving his country.
And I know there's no words or thanks we can ever offer you that can do justice to the amount of service and sacrifice that Ryan paid for all of us.
Specialist JAYNE was killed by an IED while serving in Afghanistan in November of 2012. He enlisted in the Army in 2010 and graduated from Corning East High School in 2008.
And to see a community come together, it just reminds me that we represent such good people in Western New York that will never forget the legacy of Ryan JAYNE, and to come together and say thank you to the JAYNE family for the sacrifice and the pain that they've endured for our freedoms.
Specialist JAYNE was one of 4 soldiers involved in the IED attack and one of 3 who died. The surviving member attended the ceremony, giving his condolences to the JAYNE family for their loss.
It's terrible to lose a child. You just somehow try to find a semblance of a new normal to live through, and part of this, I think, keeping his legacy alive is part of my new normal.
The Corning post office is the latest of several in the Southern Tier to be permanently renamed after local soldiers who were killed while serving overseas. Reporting live in the studio, Samantha Potter, WENY News.